afternoon, and welcome to the Spartan Community Radio Show. My name is David.
And I'm Morgan.
And today's topic for discussion is segregation and racism. We are joined here with our local expert, JC, who has been able to dig through our archives to find 3 significant works that have changed the course of history in the United States. Welcome to the show, JC.
Thank you for having me.
On today's show, we will be exploring the evolution of social protests against racism through popular media, such as songs and international publications. So, JC, let's get started.
The first work we will discuss is a very famous poem written by Langston Hughes in 1931 called Christ in Alabama. According to Volume 2 of the Bedford Anthology of American Literature, Hughes wrote this poem when a North Carolina magazine, Contempo, invited him to comment on the notorious case of the so-called Scottsboro Boys, 9 black teenagers accused of raping 2 white girls on a freight train bound from Tennessee to Alabama on March 25, 1931. The publication of the poem in Contempo generated heated controversy, including protests and petitions in North Carolina. Coolly responding to the furor, especially over the first line of the poem, Hughes observed, "I meant my poem to be a protest against the domination of all stronger peoples over weaker ones." Here is a recording of Quinton Watson reading this significant modernist poetry piece.
Christ in Alabama. Christ is a nigger, beaten in black. Oh, bare your back. Mary is his mother, mammy of the South. Silence your mouth. God is his father, white master above. Grant him your love. Most holy bastard of the bleeding mouth. The nigger Christ on the cross of the South.
The next work we'll be introducing is Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday.
Strange Fruit was first performed at a New York Teachers Union meeting and was brought to the attention of the manager of the Cafe Society, a popular Greenwich Village nightclub, who introduced Billie Holiday to the writer. Holiday's record label refused to record the song, but Holiday persisted and recorded it on a specialty label instead. The song was quickly adopted as an anthem for the anti-lynching movement. The haunting lyrics and the melody made it impossible for white Americans and politicians to continue to ignore the Southern campaign of racist terror. According to the Center for Constitutional Rights, between 1882 and 1968, mob lynched 4,743 persons in the United States. Over 70% of them were African Americans.
Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Pastoral scene of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rock, for the tree to drop. Here is a strange and bitter cry.
According to the International Committee of the Fourth International, Strange Fruit has been called the original protest song. It is simple, spare, but effective poetry. At a time when political protest was not often expressed in musical form, the song depicted lynching in all of its brutality. The 3 short verses are all the more powerful for their understated and ironic language. The juxtaposition of a beautiful landscape with the scene of lynching, the smell of magnolias with that of burning flesh, the blossoms, more typically associated with the southern climate, with the strange fruit produced by racial oppression. This imagery conjures up the essence of racist reaction. Racism in America stands indicated and exposed by these lines, with no need at all for a more didactic or agitational message. This song is a significant one from the 1930s that was able to spark awareness throughout the liberal community and eventually helped lead to the creation of anti-lynching laws. We will be looking at today is Nina Simone's Mississippi Goddam. Nina Simone wrote Mississippi Goddam after the bombing of a Baptist church in Alabama killed 4 children and after Medgar Evers was assassinated in Mississippi. This song, often sung in civil rights contexts, was not often played on radio. She introduced the song in performances as a show tune for a show that hadn't yet been written.